do the ruffles not have enough ridges? Like, what is wrong with these ladies? Like,
Virtual reality.
if you have a house in the Hamptons and you invite us, you could serve us nothing and we will just be happy to be there.
Or you could just serve us caviar and we would be very happy to be there. Poor Erin from the new Real Housewives of New York City reboot. She serves the girls caviar and Pringles and gets read for filth for it.
Hi.
Hi, amore.
Hi, amore.
Are you stressed?
No. I'm cutting flowers, so there's like flowers everywhere.
Do you have food?
So, hi, Sai.
Hi.
I have a whole caviar set up.
Caviar?
Yeah, is that not good?
Truly, it's like, I was like, do the ruffles not have enough ridges? Like, what is wrong with these ladies? Like, temperatures were really getting heated about it. And I do, while I get when you're hungry, you know, you might want more options, but they did have a dinner reservation. So I could see, and I feel Erin wanted to be like, you know, guys, it's my first time having all of you ladies in the Hamptons. I'm an elegant gal. I have people literally making caviar. Can we just have this moment? And then you have like room for the breadbasket at dinner.
Right, exactly. So it was actually probably strategic. And also, I will say, I've been to several of Sutton Strack's parties at her store in West Hollywood, and she always, without a doubt, serves caviar. Sutton is a top-tier housewife, so if it's good enough for Sutton, it should be good enough for the cast of The Real Housewives of New York City, who've only been on TV for like 3 weeks, or not even.
Well, there we go. And you know what else also with that? If it's good enough for Sutton, it's good enough for me. If it's good enough for Jenna Lyons, I think it's also good enough for me, because if she handed me lingerie or pajamas, I mean, would I immediately like go on the Real World and be like, Jenna Lyons owned this once, like buy it, because like, you know, but I would be so grateful and so glad. Jessel was not as excited.
Look, like, of all the lingerie ensembles, the green one, which, by the way, I love the green you're wearing today. I feel like you're paying homage to her green lingerie moment.
That's all. Yes.
Her running through Erin's Hamptons home, screaming that she looks like a Christmas tree.
Anyone that thinks that this is sexy is like crazy.
How do you know?
I feel like a Christmas tree.
I thought Jessel looked fantastic. The only thing that I'm curious about is, you know, from the jump, even just opening it, she was not vibing with the green garment. So I don't know what possessed her to put it on and then parade herself through the home. It was almost like she was punishing herself. But I thought she looked great, and I thought it was pretty enough. And who doesn't love Christmas trees?
Ho! Yes, Christmas in New York is my favorite. And ho Hamptons. I'm sure. I mean, it was lovely. And a little tinkle, a little like, it was beautiful. But I know it almost, though, I like that you said she was parading it around to like punish herself. I read that as, oh, she's dragging Jenna a little bit walking around. She's like, this is repulsive. Who would wear this? As Jenna's like, I think it was like her friend who made the designs too.
Right. And I mean, like, I guess like Jenna Lyons would never be caught dead wearing that. So maybe that was also sort of impacting Jessel's reaction. It's like, wait, like you would never wear this? Like, why do you think I'm about to wear this? But then I was thinking about Jessel's sort of like archetype within this new RHONY reboot. And I think that a lot of people, especially when it comes to New York City, like when Sonia came on the scene, it was like, oh, you're so Samantha. There is something about Jessel that gives me like Charlotte York vibes.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like Charlotte York would like the green Christmas tree negligee. So maybe like Jenna was just sort of like feeling and dealing with those Charlotte York vibes. I don't know.
She's like, you know what, girl, I saw your BuzzFeed quiz results. You were you were Yorkie. I tried to help you. And I was laughing too, because I think, because like Jenna was giving out a lot of fashion advice, as she's one to do. And she has a big thing about mixing labels. I don't know if you caught that, where she's like, why it's like that movie 3 Billboards. Like Frances McDormand's like, wait, no, I have 3 billboards. I need Gucci, Balenciaga, Fendi, all the things. And everyone, though, I was laughing mainly because people are like, how is she gonna handle BravoCon? When there's some housewives I'm really thinking top of mind that they have a different brand on every part of their body.
I mean, it's kind of like the Bravo way, Jenna. So I feel like Jenna needs to meet the girls where they're at, possibly. Maybe she should try to mix and match. There's nothing wrong with some eclecticness in one's wardrobe.
Gucci
Jenna,
glasses,
why
that
not?
Christian Dior tote that all of them have.
The
Fendi
Balenciaga
bag.
silver body, like the, you know what I'm talking about. I think it comes in like a mini dress and then also a bodysuit, but it's silver with big Balenciaga in black written all over it. I think Dorit wore it last year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think another housewife wore it, and it was like a twin off moment. I can't remember who the other one was though.
I think you hit the nail on that. The antithesis of Jenna's POV is Dorit Kemsley's, who's like, but I bought it. Like, I want it, just got it. She's Ariana Grande, like, gee, thanks, just bought it. And I'm wearing it. Which, speaking of buying it, I think there are, I mean, it's always selling out, but I think there's some BravoCon tickets left, right?
There are some BravoCon tickets. They are going on sale on Friday for the 1-day passes. The 3-day passes sold out. So if you want to see what Jenna Lyons or Dorit Kemsley wears to BravoCon, you have another chance to get your tickets. They go on sale for the 1-day passes on Friday. Danny and I are definitely going to be at BravoCon. We are so excited. I think there's more than like 60 panels and events and functions, and all the Housewives are going to be there, and the Summer House people and the Vanderpump Rules people, and it's all happening in Sin City. I could not be more stoked.
You know who I actually am most excited to meet, though?
Who?
The artist formerly known as Graham.
Can we like ensure that he has his own panel, or just like even like a Karen Huger style press conference where he really gets to say his piece? Because Graham, now Hippie, no one's heard from him. No. Everyone else is telling his story.
He was like, everyone, yeah, where's his exclusive? Where's his moment? Where's his I am Hippie? Like, yeah, let me talk about it.
The craziest thing about this whole Graham / Hippie situation is, so as Danny knows, I have like puppy fever, dog fever. I am on the lookout for a dog, and there's a rescue in LA where I live called California Doodle Rescue, or Doodle California Rescue, something like that. Anyways, Graham bit Rachel's mom. She ended up handing the dog over to California
allegedly, because Hippie didn't tell us if Hippie actually did it.
Right, Hippie has not confirmed yet, but Hippie allegedly was placed under the care of California Doodle Rescue, and I have notifications for whenever they post a new dog that is up for adoption. I didn't get a notification about Graham, but Graham is like, he's a cutie, and he is someone who I would like look into. And I was just thinking, like, what if I unknowingly adopted Graham? Like, how would that potentially change my life?
Oh, it would change your life in every single way. You would have to be dropping off Graham for filming. You'd be like, okay, I'll pick you up at 8 from Sir. Like Hippie now has like the Sir dress on, like fully in a cast member now. It's like Hippie and Charlie's like, why am I filming scenes with Graham? Like, guys, does anybody else want to talk to me?
Oh my God, the last 2 surviving servers.
I would love
Charlie
to see,
and Hippie.
Can I tell you dream brunch? Like full on stop.
When people ask you like who would be at your dream dinner, dead or alive, it's Charlie and Hippie.
I'm like, oh, you guys have fun with Frank Sinatra. We're living with the greats. We're living with the greats here. And while I would love them matchy, 2 people who actually did accidentally matchy, Tamra and Teresa, and I feel like they're now not so happy about their Barbie world because they don't like to be associated with each other.
Yeah, so they both ended up wearing this like insanely chic Barbie-core jumpsuit moment. They both looked incredible in it, but you know, Tamra and Teresa, they have not been getting along. So this is definitely a polarizing twinning moment. I think that a lot of opinions are being shared on social media right now, and we need to do a little recheck on how you know the WWHL audience is feeling about who wore it better. Do you have an opinion? Are you brave enough to say who you think wore it better?
I'm waiting to see which one of them will rock an Oppenheimer look, and then I'll be able to. Then I'm like, okay, you're taking chances. I know all of you have hot pink. Let me see.
Teresa, she hasn't put together an Oppenheimer ensemble yet, but she has been taking a few chances in the Facetune app. I don't know if you saw that, Danny, but a lot of Bravoholics took notice, and her eyes have never looked more gorgeous. Her skin has never looked more smooth, but she also maybe has never looked less like herself.
It was almost one of those things where people are like, are AI already taking jobs? Like, now we have AI housewives. Is this because of Bethany Frankel? I'm kidding. But it's like, it was a lot of, and there are levels where I'm like, okay, she did kind of go a little bit above and beyond. But in Teresa's defense, she is not the only Facetune offender.
Oh no! And
Bravo.
honestly, it's why even call it an offender? A Facetune
appreciate her.
aficionado, a Facetune artist. There are many ways to Facetune.
Because you know what? Yeah, Jackson Pollock gets into galleries, and Teresa gets slammed. Art is dead.
So true. Yeah, we need to end Facetune shaming. But Danny, you and I just chatted with Dr. Terry from Botched, and he said we need to end Ozempic shaming.
He is really on. He is gonna like loudspeaker going. He wants Ozempic to be shouted from the rooftops, both to own it and also for safety reasons. And he also kind of wants to stop Ryan shaming too.
That was an interesting take from Dr. Terry. I wasn't necessarily expecting him to sort of go there, but yeah, he is a fan of Ryan, who is the boyfriend and dick pic enthusiast who Jennifer Pedranti is coupled up with. And we know that Jennifer loves her Ryan. We know that a lot of her castmates don't necessarily love Ryan or the things he's allegedly done in the past, but Terry's a fan.
And we love to see that. So take a listen and then stay tuned for the full interview with him and Dr. Paul from Botched later on this week.
Dr. Terry, do you have any thoughts on the way Tamra has behaved as she re-enters the Housewives franchise? I know that she and Heather are kind, they're always back and forth a little bit.
Tamra came in with guns blazing, but Heather and I, we love Tamra. Tamra is an OG of the Real Housewives of Orange County, and I think it's exactly what it needed, and she's a lot of fun. You got to be careful with her, all right? But when you're with Tamra, put away the sharp instruments, but you're going to have a lot of fun.
Now, as one of the men on the show, I am curious your thoughts, because a lot of people online are kind of like with the newbie Jen's man. They're like very like, it's like Ghost, like you in Danger Girl. They're like, what is happening? How are you feeling about him? Have you gotten to know him a little bit? Or
yeah, I got to know him a little bit on camera and more off camera. I think you'll find, at least I hope you'll find, that he's a really nice guy. And yeah, he's actually quite sweet. He's very charming and very likable. And I think if you haven't resonated with him yet, give him a chance, because he's actually a really neat guy. And boy, is he fit. Every time I look at him, I say to myself, I've got to go to the gym.
Who are you talking about?
This is one of the new housewife Jen's boyfriends.
You might, if you moved, when your practice goes to OC, your other one, if you're in his contact, he might accidentally send you a not safe for work photo, Paul. So just prepare yourself.
Look, if you haven't found your way with him yet, give him a chance. You're going to end up liking him, I predict. I really do.
Yeah, well, it seems like Jennifer is definitely smitten with him, despite all the rumors and what people are saying about him. And I think that, hopefully in Jennifer's case, hopefully Ryan is capable of change,
By the way, isn't Jen awesome?
I love Jen. I took a yoga class with her, and it was just the best time ever. She is a great addition to the cast, I think.
They found a real winner with her.
Wait, I don't know if you saw, because Evan had a fun little day over in OC, and Heather revealed to him about her bowl at Javier's.
Oh. The Williams-Sonoma Bowl, and I got to have the Heather soup at Javier's.
You had that? Wasn't it delicious? Did you put shredded chicken in it?
Oh yeah, it was so good. I got it in the special bowl. It felt like a religious experience.
Heather, so there's this amazing, it's off-menu soup at Javier's, Real Housewives of Orange County, Javier's, can't miss it. But Heather likes what Heather likes, okay? So Heather got her own bowls, and they have her bowls there. So if you go to Javier and get Heather's chicken soup in Heather's bowl, it's a very special experience. Ooh. And healthy.
Yes, very, very healthy. And she also taught us that you can substitute, as she likes to do, instead of getting chips and salsa, you can do sliced cucumbers with pico de gallo.
And carrots.
And carrots. Yes, we did that too.
That's what we do. We try to avoid when we're going carb light, we go the cucumbers, the carrots, pico de gallo, seen peppers because it gets very spicy.
Yeah, definitely a way to keep the weight off. But speaking of keeping the weight off, we do have to ask you guys thoughts on this persisting Ozempic craze. Dr. Terry, I know you had some comments, thoughts, and feelings that you expressed recently, but is there anything that you guys would like to add to this ongoing discussion?
Right. So I'm a huge fan. I think this is a true miracle breakthrough for obesity, the number one cause of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes. However, it's new. And when everything's new, you have to learn how to use it. We doctors don't even know how to use it for weight loss. And what we really don't understand yet is how to use it in people who only have 10, 15, 20 pounds. Okay. So a couple things are for sure. If you're going to use it, don't drink. Okay. Don't overeat, and be very, very careful because it's putting people in the hospital, and that's not being reported very much. And that's because of this phenomenon called Ozempic shaming. We have to stop the Ozempic shaming, because all Ozempic shaming is going to do is prevent people from telling their doctors that they're on it. And it can have a lot of side effects if you're undergoing elective surgery. And if you don't admit to doing Ozempic shaming, we're not going to learn how to do it properly because no one's talking about it. We need to open up the dialogue and think of it as Botox 10 years ago when no one would admit to it. Now everybody admits to Botox. If somebody's on Ozempic because they want to lose weight, celebrate that we have a breakthrough for obesity. All right. It's really good, but be careful and do it under doctor supervision.
My 2 cents is called the Ozempic face that we're seeing a lot more of. And again, these patients are coming in and listen, rightfully so. They've lost 20, 25, 30, 35. Their hemoglobin A1C has dropped. Cholesterol has dropped, especially the bad cholesterol. As long as they can keep up that lifestyle or a toned down version of it when they're off it, but it's the loose skin. So we're seeing more faces come in with more needing a facelift because again, they've lost a good amount of fat. As long as, again, as they, when you lose all that, the skin can droop, especially if elasticity is not great.
Yeah.
But just don't go crazy, have surgery, and then gain a lot of weight back.
If you have a house in the Hamptons and you invite us, you could serve us nothing and we will just be happy to be there.